Hello YouTube and hello Twitch chat. I have a special yellow deck that is basically a Shakumon type of deck today. This deck, I don't know what to call it, to be honest. I'll figure out to call it soon, but it's a lot of yellow and blue cards and it's a lot of healing. This deck has been tested. This deck is kicking tier 1 meta ass. I'm not going to call it a tier 1 deck, but it is doing well against those matchups because of some of the cards in the deck. So we'll go over the deck choices, and we're at the point anyway in the format where we want to have a little bit of fun, right? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So that's where we are. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the notification bell on the smash potatoes. That way you know when all these amazing Digimon videos go live. So, for the eggs for this deck, this is a very strange deck. You guys will have to just hear me out. Alright, hear me out. For the eggs, we're playing 4 Demi-Vmon, the when attacking, jamming, draw 1. We play this blue egg because we only play 1 rookie in our deck, and it is the 4 jamming Vmon. So, the 4 jamming Vmon has jamming, obviously. So when you swing with it, you draw. It can't be deleted unless it hits a security bomb. Then after you attack with your jamming dude, what you're doing, assuming you have it, you're evolving your Vmon into one of your 4 copies of Magnamon. And this takes us right into our champion lineup. Yes, you guys already know where this deck is going for sure. Magnamon being a yellow-blue Digimon, it being blue matters a lot. It being yellow matters a lot. And it's a blocker with Armor Purge. It'll start as a 7k blocker, then become a 9k, then 11k, and go from there. It's there so that you can swing and draw a card of jamming Vmon, then you unsuspend, and you're a blocker. This is really cool. It's a really cool concept, and it works a lot. And there is literally no other Vmon that I want to play in the deck as well. So there is that. Just trust the process. You'll see everything here very, very soon. Now, this is a yellow deck. This would not be a Mario's Gaming World yellow deck without 8 hybrids. That's right. This is a hybrid deck. We play all the yellow hybrids in this deck. These are our other champions in the deck. You're either playing Magnamons or you're doing hybrids. And odds are you'll be doing something really cool with them, as we'll talk about in a second. But only the 12 champions, because Magnamon is the only one you want on your Vmon. And you can't evolve the hybrids onto anything except the tamers. This is perfect. This is exactly as it needs to be. So we're going to move right along. This is it for the babies, obviously, the rookies, and the champions. Moving along to the ultimates here. We're playing 3 of the big bad Shakumon. Shakumon, I'm going to read verbatim, because, again, this is the first deck profile I've done with this card. Crazy, huh? So, it can evolve for 4. Oh, let that fucking focus. What the fuck happened there? Okay, we're not doing that. So, you evolve it for 4. You evolve for 4, or you DNA Digivolve with a blue champion and a yellow champion. So, a hybrid and a Magnamon, if you do that. So, when Digivolving, you recover 1. You recover 1, basically, if you have 5 for your security. And then when DNA Digivolving, if you DNA Digivolve it, you return one of your opponent's Digimon whose level is less than or equal to the number of cards in your security stack. So basically what you can do with this card is if you DNA Digivolve it at 5 security, you can heal to 6, then bounce to level 6 or lower. It's very good against Melga. It's very good against Melga and other level 6 big boss decks. It kind of gets undervalued against the Greymon decks because of the X antibody Greymon protection. But besides that, it does really well. We only play 3 because you don't DNA Digivolve it too much, to be honest. You need to have the hybrid and the Magnamon. And sometimes you're doing other things with your Magnamons. But sometimes Shakumon is there for the recovery, but more so the removal. The bouncing of a big threat. That's the only time you'll use it, because it puts you further ahead and it puts them behind, and sometimes that's the most important play. Sometimes you have to distinct between that. And then for our final ultimate in the deck, of course, 1 copy of Bae herself, Jet Sophimon, because she's at 1, and unconditional healing is kind of nuts. So that's it for the ultimates. Now you move on to the megas. There is only one level 6 mega in the deck, and it is the 4 copies of Magnamon X Antibody. Magnamon X Antibody can evolve for 3 on your level 5 yellow Digimon. It can also evolve for 4 on a Magnamon. So sometimes you're warping your Magnamon into Magnamon X. And for those of you that don't know what this card does by now, you can redirect attacks to it. If your opponent declares an attack, you can force them to run into Magna X. And then all turns, if it would die, you can put it at the top of your security instead. And it basically de-dissolves itself to save it. It's a really good card. So between the Jet Sylphie, between the Shaku, and the Magna X, you are recovering a lot. And we do have other cards in the deck that recover as well. So it's meant to be a control deck. This is not an aggro deck, which I'm sure you guys have pieced together by now. This is a pure control deck. That's what this is. That's how it goes. And that's it. To top off our Digimon lineup, we are still doing the 1 copy of Susanumon. Because being able to recycle hybrids sometimes is important, and it is a big boss monster for your deck. It is what it is. It pops something and attacks for 3 checks. It's pretty scary. That's it for the Digimon. We're going to move on now to some fun stuff here. For the Tamers, I'm going to blow you with this Tamer lineup. Are you ready? So we're doing 4 TK. We're doing 4 TK, because it is a yellow deck. And being able to add a card to your hand and heal is ridiculously good. And setting memory to 3 every turn is pretty good. We're playing 4 copies of Cody. Cody will gain you memory if you start your turn with a yellow Digimon on the field. What's very cool about Cody is the second effect, where you can suspend it to do 2,000 damage or something when you attack with a dual-colored Digimon, so your Magnamon cards or your Shakumon cards. It comes up, it does come up, you get multiple Codys, and then you can just start killing shit. And it's quite helpful, to be honest. So we play the 4 Codys, because memory gain is important, and all that. For more revolutionary Tamers, we are playing 2 copies of Zoe, because adding hybrids out of your security is really good. Now, we are playing a 4th Tamer as a playset. You guys are going to see this, and you're going to think I'm doing hard drugs. You're going to think I'm doing 4, like, hard drugs with this 4 of Tamer, followed by this 4 of Option. Well, you're not going to see it coming. But this spicy tech, these 8 cards, add to why the deck works as well as it does. Because if it was just relying on these blue-yellow cards, it would not get there. We are playing 4 copies of the Tamer, Tai, and Kari, because we're playing 4 copies of fucking Nutty Sunrise Buster. Oh boy. Because it's fucking good. It's so good. You can activate the Sunrise Buster only if you have Tai and Kari on the field, but then you're DP reducing, and you're killing stuff, and you're playing another Tamer in your hand. So it helps you turbo your Tamers and kill things. And we covered this card already. If you have 3 or less security, you gain a memory. If your opponent does, they gain a memory. And then you can soften your opponent's security when you attack with a yellow Digimon. Sunrise Buster makes the whole package worth it. And it comes out of nowhere, too. Because in testing, you'll do hands where they will not expect you to play Tai and Kari and Sunrise Buster in a blue-yellow deck. But then you have the memory to do it, you play the Tai and Kari, then you play a Sunrise Buster, you blow it up, something, and you play another Tamer. It's crazy how good it is. So, anyway. I think part of the reason why this deck wasn't working at the start of the format for me was because I wasn't doing the red-yellow package here of these 8 cards. But since putting them in, the deck has the win rate I'm looking for against the meta. And it's super unexpected. And if you play that in a tournament, nobody will see it coming until it's too late. They won't. So anyway, that's it for Tamers. And options, we already started off with the 4 Sunrise. Yep, we already know what this card does. It should be at 1. Card's broken. We're also playing 4 copies of, obviously, 4 Holy Flame, because Holy Flame's a degenerate floodgate. That's kind of how it is. It just blanks your opponent, -1 security or on the board in security, which can win you the game, or you can activate it from hand and give something -3 checks. It's just really, really, really good. So there we go. There are 3 cards left in the deck. One of the cards is Reinforcing Memory Boost because it's at 1, so we can only play 1. We're playing 1 copy of regular old yellow Memory Boost. This is just for a tiny bit of consistency. It's not super needed, but being able to add a yellow piece to your hand might help. It's a little more combo-oriented in the sense that you need some pieces. Like, you will want Shaku sometimes. You will want Magna X sometimes. Fuck, you'll want a hybrid sometimes. So yellow Memory Boost can help you with that. So you're playing the 1 copy of it because, yes, sometimes it whiffs, whatever. But at worst case scenario, it gives you 2 memory later, which is really cool. The final card we're playing in the deck is 1 copy of Ice Wall. Because at the end of the day, it's a blue-yellow deck, and you will have Magna X on the field, or Magnum on the field, or Vmon or something, and you will Ice Wall. There are no other Tamers I want to play. There are no other options I want to play. This is just the way I want to play the deck. So anyway, that's it for the deck profile. It is a fun deck that is capable of dominating Tier 1 decks if you guys play it properly and give it a chance. I hope you do. I hope you give it a try. But anyway, you let me know anything in the comment section. I think this deck is really cool, and it's very creative. It's nice. It's wonderful. Bye.